Welcome to Pod Crawlers. I'm Kelly.
I'm Eric, as usual.
I didn't know that was your last name.
No. I see it's going to be one of these shows. We are back. Happy 2009.
Yay.
Yeah. We've kind of, I don't know what's the right word, kind of been preoccupied with things other than Pod Crawlers. This is finally the first brand new show of 09.
Yay.
Yes. I think the days of weekly Podcrawler shows are over.
Probably.
If we can do 2 episodes a month, whether they're reposts or new ones, I think that would be great.
Yeah, sounds good.
What do we got going on this time?
This time we're going to talk about the 8 movies to die for.
Or
the 8 movies that make you want to kill yourself?
That's sure, yeah. These are actually 07s.
Right.
08 actually happened like a week ago, which was 09, so I don't know if there was an 08.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah. 07. 2007 was a good year. It wasn't a good year for these movies, though.
No, not at all.
Shall we begin?
Yeah.
All right. Fair warning, listener. These aren't the best movies. Let's just spoiler alert. These are not even good movies.
No, they were not.
But let's start off with probably one of the worst ones.
All right.
Borderland. And a quick synopsis of that is 3 college friends stumble upon a human sacrifice cult when they go south of the border.
Now, this is a special movie because we have some big name stars
Big
in
names.
this one.
Now, when you say big names, you mean big names, right?
I do.
Who?
I do. Sean Astin from Lord of the Rings. He played one of the hobbits.
All right.
Who's also in the Goonies.
The Goonies and other things, I guess.
Yeah. Rudy.
That's about it, really.
I haven't seen Rudy, so whatever.
No, I was thinking of the Coreys.
Oh.
Thought he was the fat one.
No. Also, Ryder Strong.
Yes. He graces these 2007 movies to die for.
With a horrible presence.
Well, not only one time, but twice. He appears in 2 of these movies.
He does.
And this is actually, I don't even know. I don't know what is the better performance, this or that. The other one, Tooth and Nail.
Is there a negative performance value that we could give?
We might have to edit our ratings list and kind of have negative stars.
Okay.
Because his performance really, really sucks. In both movies that he's in.
So, first off, other than this movie being really crappy...
And we don't even want to talk about it, really.
Part of it is in Mexico Vision, which, and I'm sure listeners, if you've watched some of the movies that we've had in the past, you know exactly what I'm talking about for Mexico Vision. It's that kind of magenta tint on the camera that makes everything look like clay.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, this isn't the first movie in this little series that is in Mexico Vision.
Well, I don't know if it's Mexico Vision, but I know there's another type of vision in
other movies.
Other movies to die for.
Mexico Vision, by the way, is a trademarked copyright thingy courtesy of Podcrawlers. So,
yes.
Yes. No offense to have you ever been to Mexico?
I have not. I have a friend that lives there, though.
Maybe when you go there, that's how you see things in Mexico Vision.
I doubt
like
it.
We saw in Borderland.
No.
All right.
I disagree with that.
Okay, I'm just trying to... I'm trying to play devil's advocate here.
You're trying to make it way better than it is. Yes. And I'm sorry, but Mexico Vision, lame.
Very lame.
I mean, there are so many things wrong with this movie, but, I have to admit, I took some notes.
You're the only one. You took all the notes.
I didn't want to forget any of the key parts to this wonderful series.
Right.
One thing that was very funny is we watched it when it was on Sci-Fi, and we have to censor certain things, but they would blur out when somebody was saying the word balls. They would blur out the mouth, but bitch was okay.
Whoa! Look at that. Here on Podcrawlers, when you say something wrong, we cough it out.
Apparently.
Yeah, I don't understand that logic. I mean, granted, 5 or 10 years ago, even bitch would not be acceptable.
Right.
So it's kind of give and take now, I guess.
The 2000s. I know. It's almost 2010.
Yeah, let's get over it. Balls.
Ooh.
Balls.
Dick.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing, though. Were there that many references to balls in this movie, and why?
Ryder Strong and Sean Astin were in it.
Oh, super.
Speaking of gay, Ryder Strong had a wonderful earring in his ear.
I do remember that.
And just studly hair.
I don't remember the hair. I remember the earring.
It was very studly.
He's acting. He was getting into the character.
Right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Give me Sean from A Boy Meets World. I couldn't think what I was talking about. Any day.
Right.
All right. Also, Sean Astin.
Speaking of gay. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's the point I'm going to make. He was playing the tough guy. If that gives you any indication how lame the movie was, Sean Astin, the pudgy hobbit, Mr. Frodo, he was playing the tough guy.
He was the bad, yeah. He was the
tough guy. Really?
Bad guy, the antagonist also, yeah.
I mean, really?
Well, the movie obviously fails on every level.
Another thing that I thought was very amusing is, since we were watching this on Sci-Fi, we were watching it through my TiVo, we had to fast forward through the commercials, because we don't watch commercials. Commercials suck. And
Podcrawlers is commercial free.
That's right. Most of the time.
Yeah.
It was so bad that sometimes we were fast forwarding and we couldn't tell what was the movie and what was just the commercial.
Which says something, but I'm not sure exactly what. Like, was the movie that well shot, despite Mexico Vision, or are commercials just that poorly done?
It's probably a little bit of mixture of both, I guess. And, not to go overboard with how horrible this movie was, but we seem to have a current theme with most of the 8 movies to die for, about the credits.
Oh, well, okay, go ahead and then I'll...
Well, I was just going to say, the opening credits are usually very long, and or the end credits are very long. Well,
that's true of just about all low-budget B-movies.
Crappy movies.
Right. To pad the running time. Otherwise, the movie would only be 45 minutes long, because the script is only 20 pages. Probably poorly typed, or not even typed. But yeah. There was a movie, it was Pythons 2, I believe, where the credits were very long, and I looked online, and apparently the pre-credit scene was just shot to pad the running time. So, yeah. I mean, it's a gimmick. Remember Darkness Falls?
Yes.
That movie was
unfortunately
a little over an hour, if that. And it had like 20 minutes of credits.
Yes.
So Borderland.
Yeah.
Why did they need to pad the running time anyway? It seemed really long as it was.
It's because it was boring.
True.
That's the only reason. It was hideously boring. I do not recommend it at all.
Yes. Moving on. Man, we are like knee deep in this crap.
I have a lot to say about these terrible movies.
You do. You have more than I have to say.
That's because I took notes.
Yeah, no.
If you had taken notes,
I'll take notes on that.
You would be talking a lot more.
True. Moving right along, actually, to a movie that I thought I would be the standout movie of the bunch, of the '07 movies to die for. It seemed like the most original idea out of every one of the others. Every one of them, whatever. Mm-hmm. The Deaths of Ian Stone.
Okay.
And it's about a guy who's murdered each day by horrifying pursuers, only to wake up in slightly different lives to experience the terror of being murdered again.
Okay. I know you didn't like this movie, and I'm not saying that I liked it, but I liked it more than you did.
Yeah. And I absolutely have zero like for this movie.
In my opinion, this was basically Groundhog Day meets Final Destination.
And I agree with that.
I mean,
it's not a good combo.
Seriously.
At all.
Yeah, exactly. There's a little bit of comedic relief, well, a lot of comedic relief that really wasn't necessary. I think if they had played it a little straighter, then it might have been done better.
I actually think, now that you brought that up, maybe if they had, I don't know, a better script and better actors. No, it kind of reminds me, I don't know if you remember Phantasm 4, where they kind of go back in time and they see, like, I kind of wanted that kind of, like, oh, we're bouncing through this life and I'm discovering new things, and it's just silly and just totally out there. Mm-hmm. Which it kind of was, but it was just like, oh, really? This is like an episode of The Outer Limits or something.
Yeah. And speaking of Outer Limits, there were 5-minute commercials, pretty much.
I do remember that.
Every pause was like at least 5 minutes.
I do.
And I'm thinking, well, how freaking long is the regular movie? Mm-hmm. How long can it be if they keep playing 5-minute credits and it was only taped for 2 hours?
Right. Yeah. I agree with
that. One thing that I didn't like about the movie especially is around the 1 hour mark, it really seems like there can't be much more.
Well, I think at the 40 or 45 minute mark, I just like, okay, I've had it, and I went to another room and watched something else.
Yes, you did.
And I will admit, I think there were 2 or 3 of these movies that I didn't completely watch because they sucked and were boring and were horrible. Mm-hmm. And there were a few that I wish that I had not stayed, but I paid for.
One thing that I did enjoy was the actress who plays Lila on Dexter, and she's also in Cupid, the current show on the CW.
I think it's canceled, actually.
Yeah, I believe it was also. She was in it.
Don't know her real name.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know if that's really a plus for it, but at the time, it was, around the time that we were watching Dexter, and so I think it kind of made it a little bit more interesting, at least for me.
Right.
Towards the end, or actually towards the 1 hour to 2 hour mark, if you can consider that the end, we meet some... They're kind of basically like demons in a way.
Right.
And what's funny about them is that they wear these suits, black and red suits, that basically look like trash bags.
Right.
Like, it doesn't even look like tacky leather, pleather. No, it looks like it's about as flimsy as a trash bag.
Right.
And looks ridiculous. So, yeah, that was one thing. Kind of amusing. Also, one of the bad guy demon types. I don't think he was actually a demon necessarily, but I think he was one of the henchmen. Mm-hmm. I got personal like out of this because he looked a little bit like one of the Nelson twins. When they had the long hair.
Right, before
not
they became
now.
Straight up tools.
Right, exactly. It was kind of amusing.
But even though that was all amusing and all good, the movie really was bad. You gotta admit, it wasn't good.
Fine. It wasn't good.
You like it?
I didn't say I liked it. I said I liked it more than you, which
Sure.
doesn't mean much because you hate pretty much everything.
That is true. Like the next movie, Lake Dead. It's about 3 sisters and a group of their friends who take a trip to the home of one of the sisters recently deceased. Well, I guess it would be all of the sisters, kind of. I think one was adopted or something weird. Anyway, their grandfather died, and he left a inheritance, so to speak.
Yeah, like a cabin.
Well, it was a
type
hotel.
place.
Yeah. And they go to this hotel where they encounter a family of psychos,
Yes.
which I guess would be their family also. I'm not sure. There's a lot of incest in this movie, a lot of stupidity, and I just want to put this out there that the hotel really looked like the hotel in Motel Hell.
It did.
And maybe it was the same, I don't know, but it kind of, I don't know. It's kind of bad when a movie setting reminds me of another movie and I don't want to watch the current movie, which is true of this movie.
Right. This, in all means, was the slut movie.
And not even in a good way. Not
Exactly.
that it could be in a good way.
No, but seriously, it wasn't even in a good way. It was, how trashy can we get and still show it on Sci-Fi, which I'm sure they knew it would end up on Sci-Fi eventually anyway.
Let's stop right there. Keep that in mind.
Uh-huh.
Of the, was it 8 movies to die for from 2007, Sci-Fi Channel only played 6.
Right.
And we wondered why they didn't play the other 2, Nightmare Man and Tooth and Nail.
Uh-huh.
But they played this. And even Borderland, which was kind of, I mean, kind of explicit.
Uh-huh.
Why this movie, though? Because, of the reasons you just said.
Right.
I don't know why. it's
Okay.
rhetorical.
One thing that I remember while we were watching, we both said, and we kind of laughed about it, was they're being chased by a psycho in the forest around the lake, and they're going back and forth, and it totally would fit in with the theme to Benny Hill. Exactly. It was hilarious.
We should record this
I was
again.
going to say, we should redo it and add the music that should be put in.
But this isn't just one set piece. This is throughout the entire movie.
Right. And, when they're being all slutty, because there's plenty of slutty, moments
Yes.
during the movie, we should add other songs like Pour Some Sugar on Me and,
Yeah.
It's typical slut horror.
I'm looking at your notes, and we need to. Man, I don't even know how long this episode is going to be. You said here actresses are local strippers.
Yes.
They did actually look like strippers.
No, I thought they were.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember. It's been a while since we watched it.
They looked like it.
They did. But I want to say that one of them was an exotic dancer, or more than one was an exotic dancer.
I wouldn't doubt
in
it.
the real movie.
Wouldn't doubt it. They were trying to become legit.
They made a couple of references to the Lake family tree and how it doesn't work.
But you do remember the picture that we see of the family tree, right?
Yes, I do.
It literally is a picture of a family tree, like a tree, with, the relatives' names on it, and it doesn't fork. It is funny.
There are dumb innuendos throughout the movie, too, like someone says, I'm going to get wood.
Right.
Stuff like that. And this is my favorite line from the entire movie.
Now, are you going to say this one?
Yes.
keep in mind this movie, it's basically about incest.
Uh-huh.
The sisters and the grandfather and the family, they're all brother and sister and
Exactly.
grandmother and mother or whatever.
Uh-huh. And so they're trying to get away from these psychos because, oh, God, incest. Oh, it's so horrible.
Bad.
Because, being slutty strippers.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's, fine.
Right.
Anyway, I don't want to upset their morals or anything. So one of the last lines of the movie is, "That's how you fuck family."
That's pretty good. In context, it's better, but...
That's how you fuck family. A movie about incest, really? That's hilarious.
But it's not enough to save the movie.
Hell no.
Because, on the onset, you're expecting a somewhat serious movie, and then it just degenerates.
Uh-huh.
If, at first, you're like, oh, it's going to be one of those movies.
Yes.
I think it would have been a tad better, but it is what it is.
And also, I made a little note. I was just reading. One of the sisters, or, main characters, right. To me, she looked like Amy Winehouse. With the big-ass hair, and she, looked like she was
the track marks up and down the arm.
Right, on cocaine, and it was a winner.
This probably won't happen at all, because only 3 people listen to this show. But maybe one of the actresses are listening like, oh no, and she's rubbing her arms like, do they need
crap.
me?
they noticed.
Right.
Damn it, they noticed. I didn't hide it well enough. The makeup didn't work.
So, that's Lake Dead. Shall we take a break? We're...
No, we have to go all the way.
Okay.
Seriously, my brain's going to burst if I don't get all this stuff out.
Okay. If we took a break anyway, it would just be dead air because I don't feel like editing any.
Apparently not.
Next up.
This is full of stars, this next one.
Let me name them for you.
Okay.
The movie is called Crazy Eights. Like the game. Yeah. Or like a group of 8 people that are crazy. Or 8 movies that are crazy.
What?
Dina Meyer.
Wow, I love Dina Meyer.
Dina Meyer, she is best known for being...
a whore.
Frank Wally, who is best known for being...
a whore.
Gabrielle Anwar, best known for being...
a whore.
Tracy Lords, best known for being an accomplished actress.
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yes.
In all fairness, I like Gabrielle Anwar.
Yeah, but...
I have nothing to say about the other 3. I like Gabrielle Anwar.
Or the other guy who was the other friend.
Gabrielle Anwar was in For Love or Money.
She is currently in a hit show, Burn Notice.
Yeah,
so
she also was in Tudors.
She probably, right now, has the best career out of everybody in this entire
Although
series.
Dina Meyer is on Nip Tuck right now. Or she guest starred. I don't know.
And she does do a lot of sci-fi show movies and Lifetime movies.
Wow.
Dina
I'm
Meyer.
impressed. Okay.
Yes. Anywho.
Please read the synopsis.
Let me have a little Dina Meyer story.
Oh, God.
I know you remember Starship Troopers with Casper Van Dien, and she's in it, and they have sex, and I think she takes her top off, and I'm like, wow, look at those boy tits. Anyway.
Hey, she was in Point Pleasant. We actually kind of like that show.
Well.
Kind of.
Anyway, the Fantastic Four are among a group of friends who are directed to an abandoned home.
Somebody listening is going to be like, wait, did we cross over movies?
The Invisible Woman got instructions left in a will by a deceased companion. Naturally, they become trapped inside the structure. Naturally.
Of course.
Okay, let me just say these synopsis that I have, I stole from IMDb.
Thanks,
so
guys.
I didn't write this.
Thank God.
Anyway, this group becomes trapped inside the home, which is revealed to be a former hospital where behavioral experiments were conducted in prior decades on scores of children. That the group should have connection to these experiments should come as no surprise to viewers, nor should the fact that the hospital's vengeful spirits plan to keep their secret safe by eliminating the intruders, said friends, in 10 Little Indians fashion.
I have my hand raised.
Yes.
Just for you guys that can't see me.
She's talking right now.
Doesn't this kind of sound like House on Haunted Hill?
I think this sounds like, well...
But much worse? Because I actually like House on Haunted Hill?
Well, I think this is... I mean, in the synopsis that this person wrote, the whole 10 Little Indians thing, that's kind of like a standard, almost a cliched gimmick.
Almost
like April
a
Fool's Day
gimmick?
Just about any slasher movie. Crazy Eights. I didn't have high hopes for this movie just because of the cast. But it was better than I thought. It was one of the better of these movies to die for.
Which is scary because they're pretty much all terrible.
Yes.
First off, I don't know if it's maybe because this was made with real actors and actresses.
And it seemed like a real movie, too.
But the credits were shorter than any of the other movies that we had. So it wasn't like, hey, we're going to pad the running time with, 10 minutes of opening credits. No, there wasn't any of that. It pretty much got right to the point.
Right. Kind of too quickly, I think.
It was a typical, friends coming together horror movie, which we've seen over and over and over again.
Nothing new.
Kind of like what you mentioned, like the 10 Little Indians type deal. I'm sorry. I know it's hard because pretty much everything done out there is just ripping somebody off. But really?
I think it would have been a hell of a twist if all the friends got together and they survived the experience.
Maybe.
I mean, it would be boring, but...
We talk about 4 of the stars of the movie, but technically there were 6 friends.
Right. The 4 that we talked about, the deceased friend who brings them all together in his will.
Right.
And a 6th, as you put it, non-famous friend.
Exactly.
It's funny. I don't know who this guy is, but we barely see him at all. He gets almost no screen time, although he's there.
But it's like he's not even there because they pretty much ignore him through the whole movie.
They and the director.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Which is kind of amusing because you're like, wait, you're the non-famous friend. Mm-hmm. Here's another kind of alternate vision for the movie. This was when they were in hospital vision, which is otherwise known as brown vision.
Or Mexico vision,
Or Mexico vision. Maybe the hospital was in Mexico.
Who knows?
So that, a little annoying, or a lot annoying.
Tacky, I mean, it really detracts.
One thing that we never really talk about is how they all became friends, because they all are kind of mismatched.
Well, I thought they were patients in this hospital. So they had that in common, that they were just fucked up.
How did they all happen to come together? Because there were tons of kids in this hospital, and that was so long ago. And from what I remember in the movie, it's like, because none of them remembered being patients.
Right.
And so there's this big gap between them being patients and then them becoming friends. And they just all happened to be, patients. And they all became best friends. Like, what?
Crazy.
That's stupid. Mr. Frank Wally, who's a great actor.
I just want to...
Ba-moom-ching.
Hit him over the head with a friggin' steel chair.
He has a terrible accent in this movie.
Yes, I can't even duplicate it.
Hey, what's up? Like, it's really
hey, I'm in Crazy Eights.
It's like
Brown Vision.
It's like he's trying to be like a gangster,
Hey, what's happening, paisano?
Yeah, exactly. It's stupid.
Well, I'm going to talk like this the rest of the episode.
Oh, they're all frightened also because these crazy things are happening. People are, they're being
Picked
attacked.
off, yeah.
And there's one point where they're all sleeping.
In this hospital where they're trapped in, they can't
Right,
get out, and they decide,
I'm
let's
tired.
take a nap.
I'm going to take a nap.
Instead of friggin' getting out.
Like, I'm sorry, but if some psycho or some entity or something was attacking me, I wouldn't think, oh no, I'm so tired. I have to go to sleep.
No, see, no. You wouldn't be there. You'd be like, oh, scary house in the middle of nowhere.
I'm gonna
no
leave.
thanks, guys. I'm out of here.
I've seen enough horror movies in my time.
And that's the thing. Do horror movies not exist in the universe that these movies take place in?
No.
Obviously not.
Unless they reference them in the movie.
Right, which, you know what, we didn't keep track, but I'm sure in these 8 movies there is at least one reference in each one, especially Lake Dead.
Definitely.
Shall we? Do you have more to say about
No,
Crazy Eights?
it's just, it was amazingly bad.
It was amazingly bad.
But better than
But what made it better was
several.
that it seemed like a real movie, and for better or worse, the actors in it were name actors, and they had some kind of
Right.
ability.
Except for this 6th unfamous friend.
And even then, he wasn't that bad. He just wasn't given a chance.
No, I know.
So, but I would definitely not recommend it.
I wouldn't either.
Shall we take a break, or do you want to keep trucking along?
I'm ready to keep trucking. If
Okay.
you want to.
Let's keep rocking.
Alright.
Other than the deaths of Ian Stone, well, actually, I think in this, whatever, Movies to Die For series, 07, there were maybe 3 or 4 movies that I actually had high hopes for. Deaths of Ian Stone, Tooth and Nail, because I'm a sucker for post-apocalyptic things,
Yes, you are.
and this one, Mulberry Street. Because it's basically a zombie movie. Kind of. Like
Kind
a 28
of,
Days Later.
yeah.
A deadly infection breaks out in Manhattan, causing humans to devolve into bloodthirsty rat creatures.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Why did I give this 1 star?
Because it was actually better
It was.
than the rest.
It was really dumb. Like, the characters did dumb things. But in reality, there are dumb people living and wasting oxygen.
This is yet another movie to die for
Do-do-do.
with Vision. It's green rat vision this time.
Of course, duh.
And I guess it's green because radiation, maybe?
I don't know.
Because rats aren't green.
Right.
And as far as I know, they, don't see in
I
green.
don't think anybody knows that.
That's true. But I can't imagine that they see in
Well,
green.
I'm not going to believe that they do because of this movie.
I think the reason why you gave this 1 star was not that it was necessarily the best of all of them, but
Right.
it was the most amusing, the most entertaining
Right, and
of all of them.
it was entertaining, but I think it set out to be entertaining, and it sort of
Right.
accomplished that. It wasn't like a bad movie that you laugh at, which it was too. But it still hit its stride and hit its marks.
One thing I did like about this movie is that it did take into account karma.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the bad people died before the good people.
Right.
You know, like,
For the
you'd
most part.
see some guy who was, doing whatever, like stealing or trying to hurt someone else. And he ended up dying
Yeah.
before. So,
I like that.
the rat behavior was very amusing.
I don't remember.
I don't
It was-
remember much of it, but I remember that it was very funny. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything about it.
Yeah, they put on a top hat and they danced around.
No, it's just like,
Oh, yeah. Well, how else would bloodthirsty rat creatures act?
right.
What else you got here on your notes? Empty subway station, of course. Of course. It's a zombie movie post 28 Days Later. You have something empty.
Right, right.
Daughter of the war vet just happens to be on her way home. Oh, a happy coincidence.
Yeah. There's a war vet in the movie.
A woman, which kind of was a little surprising.
She just happens to be on her way home to see her father, I believe.
Yeah, who lives in this
town. And, it takes her forever.
I've never been to Manhattan.
Get home.
I've never been to Manhattan. I really don't want to go. But really?
She's, she can't take the subway because, they stopped transit because of blah, blah, blah. But she has to take several modes of transportation, including a bike that she either finds or steals from somebody.
She found it, I think.
To get home.
Well...
And she also runs at one point. It's a little ridiculous.
She's definitely a retard.
The cops are surprisingly not present where you think they should be.
And I attribute this to the low budget, that they couldn't afford.
They couldn't
more
afford
extras,
uniforms.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have just stuck your regular actors in uniforms and put dark glasses on them, and we never would have known.
We would have done that. Rat pants, rat parts.
Rat parts. I really don't remember that either.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so she took the train. She walked, she ran, she biked, and she drove a car, all to get home.
But keep in mind,
to her father.
She finally met up with her father, not because she got to the apartment building, but because he was on the street already. He was out and about.
It was stupid.
Okay, I revised my rating of this. I give it a 1/4 star.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Only because we have a movie coming up that is much more enjoyable than Mulberry Street. Mm-hmm. However, the next movie we're going to talk about, Unearthed, is not that movie.
It's not that movie.
This movie, I actually gave it 0 stars. I couldn't even finish it. It was just... I fell asleep, that's what it was.
Yes,
it was boring and bad. And,
starring Emmanuel Vagier, by the way.
Of House of the Dead 2 fame.
Among other things.
Yes, and Charlie Murphy.
If you've watched the show, if you've heard the show before, you know that I'm not an Emmanuel Vagier fan.
And why is that?
Look at her.
True.
She makes me feel dirty.
But not like in a, she's a slut way. More like in a...
yeah. I'm masculine. And I'm trying to be hot.
Yeah, like if Jodie Foster became a Maxim cover girl.
Ew.
That kind of,
Okay.
Anyway. What it's about. Does it really matter at this point? Unearthed. An unknown creature terrorizes an archaeological dig in the middle of a desolate New Mexico town. Do we get New Mexican vision? We have to, because it's a monster.
Let me start from the beginning. I took ample notes about this movie.
Oh, man.
First of all, we start off, and there's a guy who stops off at the local either gas station or cafe, or it might be one of those combo things. And he's a truck driver. And he said, he's familiar with the place. And he says to the woman, or the woman says to him, I don't even remember which one it is, but the words, "see you on the way back through," are spelled out. And I'm thinking, the second I heard those words, nope, he's gonna die. That's exactly what I thought. See you on the way back through.
No, she was talking to the viewer.
That never happens.
The viewer was going to die.
That never happens in a horror movie. You never see the person again.
No.
They die or you die.
Right.
Either one. Charlie Murphy is very hilarious and stupid as a city boy. He's just ridiculously dumb. I hated his performance.
It's Charlie Murphy.
I know.
There's a reason Eddie is the more well-known.
Emmanuel Vagier is the sheriff who the town is trying to get rid of because of a past indiscretion that, we see flashbacks through the entire movie about. She's drinking screwdrivers before 7 a.m. in the morning.
Who doesn't?
She finds out that the semi-truck, the driver that I was mentioning before,
Right.
has gotten into a crash. So she comes to the crash site, and it just looks like a normal crash. The semi is, over by the rocks, because, it's a rocky town, apparently. But when she gets out of her truck, she brings her shotgun with her. If it was just a normal crash, why would you bring your shotgun?
Well, I agree, but in this day and age, considering this movie took place in this day and age, anything can happen. And if you're a woman, law officer in the middle of nowhere,
In
it
a
could be a
sleepy
setup.
hick town.
Right, it could be a setup.
All right, well.
But still, yeah. Why a shotgun? Doesn't she have just, a regular old pistol?
Or, not a weapon. Anyway.
You just wanted her to die.
I did. I always want her to die in every movie she's in. The creature is a parasite, which we find out, basically.
Spoiler. Not that it matters.
It's this big convoluted crap. Of course, with any good horror movie where there's a creature, there's a power outage in the town, either caused by the creature or not. In this case, if I remember correctly, it was caused by the truck that crashed into the power grid, possibly.
That she was investigating?
If I remember correctly, I think that's what happened. But there's a power outage in the town, of course. We keep seeing these flashbacks of an Indian girl, because there's an Indian...
Native American girl, rather.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, a Native American girl.
Nowadays, there is a difference when you say Indian, you're like, oh,
right,
Indian.
right. A Native American Indian girl.
Right.
And, we see her talking to other Native Americans in the town, and you're kind of like, why do we keep flashing back to this little girl? Well, that's the reason why the town wants to remove her from her thing, because there was an incident with the little girl. Let's see. I have so many notes, but I'm only trying to read the ones that I actually remember. It's boring. Okay? I know, you're probably thinking, wow, the synopsis and everything is boring as well, but it's really boring. It's kind of like Tremors meets Eight-Legged Freaks, in my opinion, only much worse than both movies. It's when you see the creature on the camera, it's very small, but yet it's so powerful and big that it starts yanking people through windows and, throws people around through windows. It's like ridiculous. Is the thing small or is it massive?
Not consistent, right.
Charlie Murphy has a wonderful line in this movie. Might as well be waiting on Tupac. Might as well be waiting on Tupac.
And that's what the listeners of this episode are thinking, actually.
Of course, the creature is based on Native American folklore.
Mm-hmm.
It's just ridiculous. Terrible CGI. There was, dark or dusty vision. You're right. At one point, I wrote lipid content, big word. I believe it was Emmanuel Fauquier saying lipid content, which, why would a sheriff know that?
Right.
I mean,
right.
She wasn't a scientist. It was actually the, I believe, daughter or niece of the American Indian guy that was, the lead American Indian character. 15 minutes seems like 45, just like this episode.
And we're at the 45-minute mark, and that seems like 3 hours.
And basically what you see is, typical enemies have to work together to survive, because one person that we didn't mention who's in this movie is a wonderful friend of ours from The Lost World. Not the movie The Lost World, but Lost, who is, I don't remember what his name is, but the big guy who was one of the others. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, big dude. Can't remember his name.
He's the guy, the gay guy.
The gay other, right.
He was in it, and he was basically the major person in the town that wanted Emmanuel Vaugier gone. I don't know if he was the mayor.
In that town, there's only room for one queen.
Or maybe he was just like kind of the richest guy in town, but he was really... And they had to end up working together to survive.
Obviously.
But I don't think he survived.
I don't think I'm going to survive. Oh, wait a minute. Coming up next, we're going to talk about probably my favorite movie of the 8, Nightmare Man.
Oh, yay.
After receiving an African fertility mask as a gift, Ellen tells her husband William that she's been attacked by a masked phantom called the Nightmare Man. But there's more to it, because they wind up in the middle of nowhere. Oh, I have notes here.
You took some notes, too.
Oh, wow. Anyway, they wind up in the middle of nowhere on the way to an asylum that she's actually voluntarily going to.
Yes.
The car runs out of gas or breaks down.
Right,
the guy
exactly.
goes to town to get whatever, and Nightmare Man shows up and chases her through the woods and attacks her. She winds up in a very secluded house where
what are you talking about?
2 couples are partying or whatever, and the festivities begin.
Yes.
I just want to say that this movie's horrible. Don't get me wrong, this is horrible. But I enjoyed it so much, like on the level of Creatures from the Abyss. It's so bad, but you can't help but just laugh and just have fun with it. What are my notes here? A something flick. Oh, the opening credits. Instead of, how the director's like a Eric and Kelly film.
Yes.
This
or
was,
even movie.
Right. Whatever his name is, Flick.
Yes.
Really? So we knew this movie was going to be horrible.
Yes.
When Ellen receives the mask in the mail, it's in a box, and she uses not a letter opener or a Swiss Army knife. She uses a butcher knife to open the package. Like a straight up, oh, hey.
I'm going to axe you to death or, stab you. It's nice.
Why don't we just use a chainsaw, Mm-hmm. The first time the female character speaks, Ellen, I hate her. I don't know why.
She was annoying.
Yeah.
Very annoying.
In a very bad way, and she doesn't get any better throughout the movie. What else we got here? The hospital she's going to is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
That was just like
They travel forever in the car. Okay, and this is a kind of crappy ass car.
Is the United States that big?
And they're like, going on flat surface, and then they start going up into the mountains, and I'm thinking, like, there wasn't a closer mental institution to take her to?
And plus, I wrote here, out of gas? They knew they were going to this asylum, and he's like, oh, we're out of gas.
But what we don't realize is that, spoiler alert, it was all planned.
Yeah, I really didn't want to spoil that, but...
Why? Honey, these are like 2 years old. If they haven't seen them,
That's
I
true.
don't think they're going to see them.
Well, there are more twists in it anyway, but... Anyway, let's move on.
Neither characters are likable.
Well, the husband and wife.
Yeah.
Actually, there really aren't any likable characters in this movie at all.
The guy leaves the woman in the car to go get the gas when the car runs out of gas. And she stays in the car when it's light outside. But she decides to get out of the car when it's dark. And I don't think that the Nightmare Man had shown up yet at this point.
No.
She's a complete idiot.
You wrote down here voiceover. She has voiceovers.
Yes, and I called it crazy talk.
Crazy talk and internal monologue.
Yeah. It was stupid.
Yeah,
I don't have anything else to say about it.
I always think the voiceover thing is just a cop out on the director and actor's part, the writer's
they can't
part.
Convey,
right, they couldn't convey her thoughts anyway.
Yeah.
Or maybe she's not that good of an actor. Obviously she wasn't. That she couldn't convey it.
I put lesbianism down here. I don't really remember.
Well, one of the couples, one of the girls.
Oh, yeah.
Well, both girls, actually.
I remember now.
It's implied they had a lesbian affair, and one wants to tell the other one wants to tell the other's fiance or just kind of let it slip because she's psycho. And the other chick's like, no, what are you doing? Don't say anything, blah, blah, blah.
Nightmare Man has very loud footsteps.
It's the woods. It's fall or winter. There's a lot of debris on the ground.
No.
What do we got here?
God, I don't even know.
Blue Dark. I don't know what that means. Erotic T&D. Oh, Erotic Truth
or
and Dare.
That's right. That's what's played by the,
the two couples.
The couples that are already in the cabin.
We need to play Erotic Truth or Dare on this here pod program.
Dare.
I dare you to wank me off.
Sorry, that's what you're supposed to say.
Oh, we have a song here. At this point, I wrote a little jingle for the 8 Movies to Die For, which kind of applies to all of them, like for all years.
Yes.
When there's something dumb on Yo TV, who you gonna call? After Dark Movies. I thought you were gonna join in at the end, but
sorry.
Anyway,
my bad.
Anywho,
lame.
Nightmare Man. It's a fun little bad movie.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. Terrible. I don't even recommend seeing it for a laugh, but if it's on, you could do worse. Like, there's 7 other movies. Tooth and Nail. This is the one I had really high hopes for. I love post-apocalyptic movies that kind of are like not Mad Max, but like with a horror bent. And, well, it's a group of people in a post-apocalyptic world who fight to survive against a band of vicious cannibals. We have Michael Madsen in this as one of the vicious cannibals.
Yes, we do.
He really needed, I guess, the $300 paycheck.
He wasn't that bad, though.
No, he wasn't, but it was typical Michael Madsen.
Exactly.
Ryder Strong was in this.
Oh, God, don't remind me.
Yes. Why do we have fake names here?
I don't know, you wrote it.
Tooth and Nail, fake names. Oh, because all of the characters, all the survivors have names which are obviously fake. I guess because it's, a new
that's
world.
Right.
So we're gonna
forgot about that. That was stupid. And it's based on, one of them, I think, is named Kmart, because that's where they found her, or something like that.
Something dumb.
Or am I thinking about Resident Evil Extinction?
That's Resident Evil Extinction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
but it was kind of like that premise.
That's dumb on Resident Evil Extinction,
it's
too.
It's dumb anyway. Anyway.
When they're doing the opening credits, they're panning this city that this thing is taking place in. And it's so obviously a model city, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Seriously, if you can afford Michael Madsen in your movie,
yeah.
Please take some aerial shots of a real fucking
Not
city.
even aerial. Just street level shots. Just go through at 5 a.m. Or even just go to not even a real city. There are downtowns in every podunk town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just shoot that.
There was a very long pause between the opening credits and the actual start of the movie, which I know was not a blip on, Sci-Fi's part or the TiVo. It was just, it went
nothing
black.
Happened. Right.
Yeah, it went black, and it was just
It was to prepare the audience for such an intense motion picture experience.
Right, exactly.
The extinction of the world is because we ran out of gas in 2012.
Yeah.
I didn't buy that at all.
Because what we had discussed, because we were discussing this movie as we were watching it, was somebody has to know at some point that we're starting to run out of gas. It wouldn't just have stopped all of a sudden.
And that's in this movie. It does. Once we run out of gas, the last drop falls, everything goes to hell.
Right, exactly.
No, false.
No, the government would have made some sort of other, alternative fuel or something.
It would have been, it wouldn't have been better, but if they had to explain, the extinction happened because we ran out of gas because some kind of microorganism ate all the fuel molecules or whatever the hell,
That would be more believable than just, hey, guess what, guys? In 2012, we ran out of gas.
Yeah, and everybody died and starved to death and froze to death.
Pretty much the entire movie, we have this voiceover, which is a history lesson of all the bad things to come for 2012. So I think I might kill myself before then. Because,
they say 2012 is the end of...
I don't want to live in that world.
Especially a world where Ryder Strong is his whiny little bitch self, banging chicks all day.
Yeah. I don't know.
I have no idea. How many different ways can you say, oh yeah? I think that refers to one of the characters basically explaining things. And I think one of the other characters doesn't get it or something.
I don't know.
Or they're just repeating themselves for the sake of, hey, we need to pad the running time.
Right. I think they have explained the different things so many times, like the gas running out, what's going on in the world, the fact that people have become cannibals,
Right.
One famous line, famous in my brain, from this movie. By sunrise, I'm going to be gnawing on your bones.
Performed by Michael Madsen.
That is powerful.
Those are all the notes you have?
Those are all the notes.
That movie was horrible. It was
Wow.
stupid.
It was stupid.
Every character does something stupid. You wish they all would die, and unfortunately they don't all die.
Yeah.
It was just... seemed better on paper, kind of. Because it's just so generic and has potential, but fails. And in my notes, I actually have here 0 stars, and then in parentheses next to it, negative stars. I mean, should we start a negative star scale?
Maybe.
That just got me thinking that it was so horrible.
Watch the current Films to Die For, and then decide if we should start a negative star.
Well,
because these sound terrible also.
We just talked about the 2007 Movies to Die For. 2008 ones came out last week. 09.
Yeah.
I don't think they're
what
doing
does that mean?
the yearly thing now. They're calling it like Harfest 1, 2, and 3. This one is Harfest 3. The movies came out January 9th through the 15th. So... and these are all...
I did not see it advertised on TV
either.
At all.
Or even the newspaper. Or online even.
Whereas the last 2 years, they've totally pimped it out.
Well, I think the last year kind of killed it, the ones that we just talked
about.
Well, plus two, they usually come out... the first 2 sets came out in November after Halloween. These didn't, which makes me think that either they weren't going to do it, or they didn't have any movies to show.
Right.
These are 7 of these Harfest 3 films. Usually there's 8. I don't know if there's going to be an 8th one. I really don't care enough to look it up. The first one is called The Broken. A young woman is surprised to see what looks like herself drive by one day. She follows the woman, which sets off a chain of events which leads her into a haunting nightmare reality.
It sounds like it has potential, but I'm sure it's terrible.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be one of those, not really artsy horror movies, but like, hey, this is really smart, wink, wink.
Right, exactly.
No.
Like, it's going to be so convoluted.
Mhm.
Like, oh, no, this is the best movie because we're doing this turn and this turn and this turn, and this is all based on this, physic principle or,
Right.
like something dumb, stupid shit like that.
Or maybe
Anyway.
it's just a doppelganger. Who knows?
All right.
Next one is called... Oh, you want to do the next one?
No, it doesn't matter.
Faithless, otherwise known as Slaughter, which I don't know why it's otherwise known as. A young woman returns to her family farm in the hope of escaping an abusive situation, like watching these movies. Unfortunately, this safe place ends up being much more abusive than her previous one because she has to watch all of them, start to finish, with commercials. So this is the Saw movie of the bunch, the realistic horror movie, it seems.
But it's her family farm.
Maybe her family are a bunch of psychos like Late Ted.
All right. That sounds stupid.
Now that's how you fuck family. The next one is actually my pick for most interesting sounding.
Okay.
Perkins 14.
I love Perkins restaurants.
Me too. Robert Perkins brainwashes 14 people in order to create an army that will defend him from his parents' killers.
That sounds stupid.
It does, but it kind of sounds neat. I mean... Okay. Well, considering the other 6 really fucking sound stupid. For instance, Butterfly Effect, Revelation. This is the 3rd Butterfly Effect movie.
I didn't see the second Butterfly Effect movie.
Well, what's funny is in an interview with the, I guess, makers of this, they said that this is going to actually be good. So in a roundabout way, they apologized for the last 2.
Oh, okay.
A young man
The
with...
first one wasn't that terrible.
This is by Ashton Kutcher.
Well,
A yo-
maybe Ryder Strong will be in this one.
I hope. A young man with the power of time travel attempts to solve the mystery of his girlfriend's death. In doing this, however, he frees a vindictive serial killer.
Okay, that sounds dumb.
Okay. From within, the residents of a small town in the USA begin to die off, supposedly of suicides.
Wait, that sounds like that one movie.
Or that one X-Files episode, or that one Millennium episode,
Yeah,
or
true.
that one CSI episode.
What movie am I thinking of? Do you know what I'm
Residents of
talking
small town means
about?
have supposedly suicides.
The Happening.
Kind of.
Isn't that the one where they find people jumping off buildings?
Yeah, but there
No,
was
I meant-
actual...
but I meant
they were homicidal also.
when it was originally packaged.
Right, yeah.
It-
yeah.
Because they showed,
Maybe this is The Happening, but done right.
I
Moving
doubt
on,
it.
Autopsy. A young woman... Okay, so we have in The Broken, a young woman. Faithless, a young woman. I guess Robert Perkins is not a young woman. I don't know. Butterfly Effect, we have a young man. Now we have in Autopsy, another young woman.
Okay.
I want to see a horror movie with old fucking people in it, okay?
That is Perkins 14.
A young woman attempts to find her injured boyfriend in a bizarre hospital. This brings to mind Room 6, which was very, very, very
Terrible.
terrible.
Among
And a
other
lot of
things.
other stuff. The next one and final one,
Sounds really dumb.
Dying Breed. This might be the Nightmare Man pick of this bunch.
Oh, God.
Zoology student Nina and her friends go into the Tasmanian forest in search of the Tasmanian tiger.
Wait, what?
What they discover, however, is a cannibalistic clan who are the descendants of a famous escaped serial killer known as the Pie Man.
The Pie Man?
That's what I got from
Shut
Wikipedia.
your pie hole.
No, you shut your pie hole.
That is totally
It's gonna be
stupid.
awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
The Pie Man?
Yes.
What, does he throw pies in your face until you die?
Cannibalistic.
He
He makes pies
he
out of human
embarrasses
flesh
you.
and meat.
Yeah, right.
It's a cannibalistic
That's
clan.
stupid. I get it, but that's still stupid.
That's why there are.
The Pie
That's
Man.
why there are horror fest films. They are stupid. We can't raise the bar.
Oh, please.
I do believe next episode we're going to review 2 movies, because we only dared to watch 2 movies, from the faux Movies to Die For, actually put out by the same company that does these Horrorfest movies. What was the first one called? The Substitute.
Yes.
And Dance of the Dead.
Dance of the Dead.
So The Substitute and Dance of the Dead next time on Podcrawlers, whenever that will be.
Some year.
No, it'll be within February. February, of course, is our 3rd anniversary of Podcrawlers.
Wow.
So we're probably not going to do anything special. Oh, also, for the next episode, I figured we would do the Podcrawler. We would come up with our own 8 movies to die for. Like, when you're tired of all these crappy-ass movies, check out these 8 movies that
are crappy, too.
Are crappy, but will give you much more pleasure.
All right.
And none of them have Dina Meyer or Emmanuel Vaugier.
Hey,
I think.
Don't say that yet. Just saying.
Well, unless George Lucas gets a hold of Phantasm and digitally inserts Emmanuel Vaugier, I don't think it's going to happen. Anywho.
Yeah. Wow, this has been a real long episode, guys. If you're still listening, I applaud you.
This kind of makes up for not having new episodes for the past month or so. No, it doesn't.
I applaud you for listening. Probably the only person that's still listening would be Thomas. Tom.
Why?
I feel you, man.
I feel your pain. I'm not even going to edit this bad boy because I don't want to listen to this damn thing.
You're awesome. And we both actually appreciate your support.
Yes.
So, and if you want to be mentioned on your favorite podcast, Podcrawlers, drop us an email at podcrawlers@gmail.com, and I will pimp you out so fucking bad.
Doesn't matter who you are.
You don't even know.
Dina Meyer, Frank Wally, Sixth Friend.
Soon Kang.
That's a pipe dream. You're never. That's a crack pipe.
Hey, we've already mentioned him once. Maybe one of his friends happened to listen and said, yo, you should listen to this podcast because they really love you on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe. It's possible. It's possible.
I have a friend that lives in Japan.
That's great.
Maybe he knows Soon Kang.
That's great.
Okay.
Also, episode after next, we're finally going to talk about some Asian horror movies. It's been a while.
What?
Yeah.
Asian horror movies?
Yeah. So maybe your friend might be interested.
I doubt it.
Anywho, I'm Eric.
I'm Kelly.
And this has been Podcrawlers.